Hello and welcome to livingspinal.com. I'm Andrew and I'll be your host today while we look at some of the seated Segways that are in the market. The Blumil seated Segway is one of our most popular seated Segways. Due to some of the attributes that it has, it makes it very simple to use, has clean lines, and it's very affordable. So those are some of the things that we'll highlight. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the product page, and I'll give you a little walkthrough. The Blumil comes in 3 different models, and how those 3 different models are differentiated is determined on their base. So when I say base, I mean the power unit that goes underneath them. We have 3 different power bases available: the Airwheel, the 9-bot, and the Segway. And the Segway actually comes in an I2 or an X2. The Airwheel has an S3 Airwheel and an S5 Airwheel. The S5 Airwheel are larger wheels about the size of a Segway I2, and the S3 Airwheel wheels are a bit smaller. All of them are awesome units, and it's incredible where you can go and the different things that you can explore. I certainly have had a lot of fun on mine. But if you are the adventurous type and you really want to get out there and explore rugged trails or go on the beach or do some adventure riding in the desert, there's a lot of different things that you can do with these vehicles. And the Segway base that goes on the Blumil seated Segway comes in an X2. The X2 is the off-road version, and it has much wider tires, which of course gives it a wider wheelbase. So let's go ahead and click on the seated Segway from Blumil. In this model, the platform will go onto an I2. The width of an I2 wheelchair is 25 inches wide, whereas the width of a X2 wheelchair is going to be 33 inches wide. You are certainly going to gain some width in your overall vehicle, but due to the tires being so wide, that width that you're gaining, you create so much off-road ability. Now, as you see even in this picture right here, that's an I2, which is the street one. And you'll see the inventor there, Milos, is actually riding in sand with the I2. Certainly, if you want a vehicle that is both able to go indoors and doing a great job outdoors, the I2 is a great solution for that, because I've always been shocked how much my I2 can really do. The Blumil comes in a 2 different seat height system. So the first one is a standard seat height, and then a larger seat height, which is 3 inches taller. So if you're a 6-footer or more, you would probably be interested in the taller one. If you're taller and you get the standard model, you'll kind of feel like your knees are up in your face. You know what I mean? When you are purchasing it on the website, you have the option of determining what kind of Segway unit you have. You are certainly welcome to use your own used Segway. We don't always recommend it because the batteries are so expensive on these Segways that it sometimes is just better off if you are going to get a brand new unit with brand new warranted batteries. But if you are going to get a used unit, they have what's called SE and non-SE models out there. The older models in the industry, and we're talking probably 3 years ago almost now, they stopped making the non-SE. So all of your Segway I2s and X2s are now going to be an SE model. There's a little bit difference in the steering arm, and that's why we need to make sure we know which one you have, so that we make you a custom steering arm for your non-SEs, which is an additional $350. So when you click on that, it'll add it to your cart. The next one is whether or not you want to purchase a Segway. Some of you may already have Segways. Some of you may look to reduce the overall price of the unit by finding a used unit. Some of you may want a brand new unit, and we certainly can help supply that. And then the last thing is installation. So we have a couple different routes. One is if you do not have a dealer in your area and we can't get you a dealer, you may want to install it yourself. So we can send both the Segway and the unit to you, and you can install it yourself. Or two is you may not have a dealer near you and Living Spinal could install it for you, but there is an additional cost to that. And then the last thing would be that you want to work with a dealer and have the dealer install it. In that case, you'll actually pay the dealer to do the installation, but you can go ahead and purchase the unit through livingspinal.com. Then you've got your quantity and you can go ahead and add to cart. So it's that simple. It really is easy. Down below, we've got some fun videos, product information, sizes. I just want to point out right here in this part of the website, it shows you how the backrest is foldable and the foot plate is also foldable, which is a really great feature since you're going to want to be able to bring these places. So all you need is a simple ramp system. Living Spinal can provide them as well, that you can put on your back tailgate, or if you have a minivan, on the back bumper, or if you have a hatchback, also on the back bumper. And then you use the power of the Segway and you just grab the steering arm and slide it along, and you can make it drive itself into your car. I myself am in a wheelchair, and it is not that difficult to load my Segway all by myself, which is pretty awesome, since Segways are 125 pounds, and then the Blumil seat is, I believe, right around 35 pounds. The whole unit together is 160 range. And then you'll see here, you've got the height of the seat, the width, and the height overall with the seat folded and the lever arm for the landing gear. Obviously, that's one of the most important parts of the seated Segway, is that it has landing gear. So Blumil has made really great landing gear that goes on the front and back. The way that you bring the landing gear down is on the side of the Segway. So that'd be right here. There is a lever arm. To bring the landing gear up, you just push it forward, and to bring the landing gear down, you just pull it back. You want to make sure that you do it all in one swift motion, for there is a mode of the Segway that is right in the middle of the landing gear, flipping from one to the other. So if you do it slow and you go ahead and stay in the middle section, you'll go to what's like a 15% strength mode that the Segway goes into. Normally, when an individual that's going to stand on a Segway steps off the Segway and wants to push the unit around without being on it, then the Segway goes into this 15% mode. So as people sitting on the unit, you don't want to land in that middle zone, right? You want to either be all the way down or all the way forward. So either landing gear up, landing gear down. So in one swift motion. Definitely something that's very important. The last thing here that I'm going to touch on is that there is custom colors available on the Blumil. So there's an entire grid here that you can download, and if you zoom in on the grid, you'll find that there are codes for each color, so that you know that you're going to get exactly the color that you chose. There is an upcharge on that as well, which you would choose at the top up here, where yes, I would like a custom color, and you go ahead and put it in there, and it's $500 for the additional custom color. So that's it for the Blumil today. If anybody is interested, just go to livingspinal.com and go ahead and order your Blumil today. They're usually in stock, and you should be able to get them within 4 weeks, sometimes even quicker. But act now and start having some fun in your life. All right. Thanks so much for watching the video. You have a great day.